Welcome back to the channel and the live premiere. It's been a while and it took some time to try to put things together since the Summer Game Fest is on the way. We are officially in the best time of the year for gaming. Summer Game Fest 2026 is almost here, and this has been a great replacement for E3. I'd always look forward to the conferences from Sony, Xbox, Nintendo, Ubisoft, Devolver Digital's comedy. The way they do their conferences is always so much fun for great memories and so much more. I don't know about you guys, but my hype levels are through the roof. Jeff Keighley is bringing the main event live on Friday, June 5th for Summer Game Fest, and I'm always looking forward to this time of the year because some of the best games always come out. So as you guys can see on the screen, I wanted to do it a little bit differently to have several games that I have installed on my PlayStation 5 for just something to look at. But several of these games I'm going to be talking about with some of the games that I want to see from my wish list and different talking points. So this is probably going to be a longer video than usual. Maybe it'll go up to an hour, but I'm going to try to get through each different game that I want to talk about for wish list, predictions, and things that I want to talk about and see at the showcase. Not everything is going to probably be here, but I want to just be able to have something on display instead of just standing still on a game and running around every now and then with just like Nicktoons and other games. I wanted to have several games on display to make it a little bit interesting for this kind of style of a video for this premiere. So Summer Game Fest, it seems like it's going to be 2 full hours of world premieres and gameplay reveals. This is going to be massive. So I wanted to do it this way to have several games on display on my PlayStation 5 dashboard for something for you guys to look at throughout the video, because I'm going to be talking about a variety of titles that I want to see. What I love about this showcase is that there's always going to be something for everyone, even if you don't play it. Even if it's a game that you don't play, it's always something for everyone out there. So it can introduce you into a new series of games to try something different that you could have missed out on, or maybe a game you're interested in playing for the first time that you never even heard of. What announcements are you guys looking forward to seeing? Maybe it's just one game you're looking forward to, or surprise reveals. Share your wish list in the live chat now if you want to. That's going to be available to replay when you guys watch it back in the comment section. Maybe some of your wish list of games and titles that you're hoping to see, even if it's just one, that's completely fine. I've been keeping a close eye on the Nickelodeon gaming scene on my channel, and right now there's a massive cloud of silence hanging over one of my favorite titles. It's one thing for a game to be in development, but it's another thing entirely to go completely ghost right after a major update. That is exactly what we're seeing with Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny that I want to start with. So I've been checking the socials, the Discord channels, and honestly, the trail has gone cold. To kick off this video premiere, I first want to start with Dice of Destiny, as this is the same exact showcase where this game first got revealed. Anybody remember? Have they been waiting for this moment? Did something change? We don't even know what happened to this game. So as you guys can see on that little right corner, that's Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. But unfortunately, when you click on it, it doesn't really showcase the display of the characters. So I'm just going to keep it like this for a while. And within each segment or different talking points, I'm going to have the timestamps for you guys to click through. So if you want to listen to a certain game from Nicktoons or something else, or different games that I'm looking for to seeing that you're invested in, that you want to listen to my reactions and predictions for, and for my personal wish list, you can go straight there to that timestamp, so you don't have to watch the full video if you don't want to. So even if it's one different title that you're looking forward to listening to me react to, but I'm starting with Dice of Destiny. What happened to Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny? Where's the DLC? A Nicktoons and a Dice of Destiny update or some kind of status on its future is something I've been waiting to hear details on for months on end, and I'm not the only one. I'm actually really upset about the state of this game right now, and if you've been following the channel, you know why. This game was first revealed to the public on stage by Carolyn Lawrence, the legendary voice actor for Cindy Vortex, and many other characters she has played. She was on stage to reveal Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny to the public at Summer Game Fest last year in June 2025. And Sandy's one of the playable characters in the game that you get to play as in Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. This brand new Nicktoons crossover, this brand new Nickelodeon crossover that isn't even a year old, and it's only been out for a few months. So we haven't really gotten anything as far as an update. So this is probably the last resort and the last time that we'll probably end up seeing anything if we have a chance. The hype was there at the beginning. Just seeing the return of Timmy Turner after over a decade was amazing. Anybody remember the trailer? The trailer reveal? I thought this was a new Fairly Odd Parents game when I first started watching this trailer when they first unveiled it on stage, with Timmy Turner narrating at the beginning of the reveal trailer. But it didn't stop there. It was multiple characters featured, and SpongeBob popping up laughing immediately gave me Nicktoons Unite vibes. Because there's no way they just have Timmy Turner and SpongeBob in a game by themselves. It was exactly what I wanted, and seeing a whole new direction of a Nicktoons RPG made me even more hyped. But here's the problem. After the game launched in September of 2025, and we got and we also got the Nintendo Switch 2 performance update back in December 2025, the developers went completely ghost. We haven't had a tweet, a roadmap, or even a hello in over 5 months. Not even at the beginning of the year. For the beginning of the new year, we didn't get a Happy New Year post, and what their plans are going forward, they could have been explaining some of this stuff. It has been nearly 150 days of silence for a game that started its journey on the big Summer Game Fest stage. To be this quiet a year later is honestly a huge red flag, with a whole just confusion. Everybody's in the dark in the Discord. I'm not the only one talking about this. Everybody else is curious. The people who own this game and bought this game and paid for it, they want to see more. They've been asking for more, and they even teased the DLC. What makes it worse is that we were teased with DLC back in October that felt like it was just the beginning. We were all expecting a season pass reveal or some kind of new character update to show us the next wave of heroes. Maybe finally getting more additional Nicktoons shows represented, because we got 9 characters. It's 9 playable characters in Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. Some of you guys can probably see some of them on the screen, but if I click on it, it's not going to show anything really. You can see Susie Carmichael next to on the left side of SpongeBob. You can see Katara, Leonardo from TMNT, as the only playable Ninja Turtle character to represent his show. The other turtles are in it, but they're part of the storyline as NPCs that offer their own quests. And you can see top left, in the top left corner, the return of Timmy Turner after over a decade with Cosmo and Wanda, with the OG original actors, with Tara Strong voicing and reprising her role as Timmy Turner, which was amazing. This was definitely one of my favorite games, and it's still one of my favorite crossovers because of unique character interactions. Danny Phantom is in it. Jenny Wakeman, if you guys are Teenage Robot fans, Jenny Wakeman is in it as a playable character that you unlock. Danny Phantom is in it. And then Jimmy Neutron also, that we don't want to exclude. And then we already mentioned Sandy. Those are all the 9 characters. So instead, we just been sitting here in the dark for too long, even considering the end, even considering the ending. If you guys played the game from start to finish, considering that ending, it feels like the dungeon master from the story actually won and just wiped the game off the map, because we haven't gotten anything as far as the game itself. And I'm just going to say this now before I move on. I believe June 5th, for the day of Summer Game Fest, June 5th is the make or break moment for Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. Since Summer Game Fest, just again, is where this game was first revealed. It's the only place that makes the most sense for a massive comeback. If not, this game is definitely over and that DLC isn't happening. Now when I'm getting into other games I'm hoping to see for this huge showcase, now I'm going to start moving on to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 3. So we got our most recent title. This game has been so much fun. I've been replaying the game, as you guys can probably see over on the right side, with hundreds of hours in the game, replaying the campaign, character interactions, and more that's in the game, while also playing the game online with you guys when it was fresh and when it was brand new, playing a little bit of the rank mode, and also the new game plus updates that they implemented for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, which was awesome for the campaign. New perks that you could equip during the campaign, which was a roguelike. So if you get knocked out, you got to start all over from the very beginning. So now I want to get into Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 3 for my next segment for another game. This is the next game that I'm looking for, because we're going through our wish list. We talked about Dice of Destiny DLC, because I'm hoping to see that there. If we get anything, it's a make or break. Now it's time to get into Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 3. So let's quickly get into All-Star Brawl 3, as Summer Game Fest is another great stage for a potential NASB 3 reveal. Would they really announce a third Brawl game and risk cannibalizing the hype for the Avatar fighting game already on the way in July, early July? And some people were saying it, and just when I was talking about Nickelodeon, well, my short on the Summer Game Fest for All-Star Brawl 3, like it wouldn't matter. But it's in a business, and from a business perspective, it would matter, because you're not going to really be able to get the sales. It's just going to drown that game out. A Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 3 launch is going to drown out the sales for the Avatar fighting game. It doesn't make a difference even if it's by a different team, which is understandable. Two different teams can work on different games, but you don't need another fighter game to really distract from the audience, because the people in the same fan base of the Nickelodeon fans of Avatar are not going to want to really be able to purchase the Avatar fighting game anymore, especially when they see Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 3, because you're going to be able to play more than one just particular franchise of characters outside of just Avatar and the Legend of Korra. Sure, it might be some different fans that might be interested in different things, but Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 3 is definitely gonna overtake the Avatar game easily, and that ship is gonna be sunk. So that's why I don't think it's gonna probably be able to come out this year. I still think if this game gets revealed at Summer Game Fest for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 3, we might be looking at a 2027 launch window. If it's in the same year by some chance, I really hope this game's roster is stacked with characters the fans want to see, a wide variety of shows that deserve to be represented that we still got missing. All four of the TMNT members of Leonardo, Mikey, Donatello, and Raphael. Y'all can already see Raphael already on the screen, but only Donatello and Raphael made the cut, and they removed Leonardo and Mikey. So all 11 cut characters to return, with the newcomers from Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 that was included with this. It was 11 cuts and 11 newcomers. So they replaced all 11 of those cut characters from Toph, Lincoln Loud, Helga, Ablina from Real Monsters, and some other characters as well, with Pirate Toastman getting moved and becoming an NPC like Hugh Neutron. They made a lot of different changes. So hopefully they can bring everybody back that was removed from the first game, including the newcomers from Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Another new story mode that doesn't need to be a roguelike campaign. They can change it up. It doesn't need to be a roguelike. But I had fun playing this campaign. A lot of fun. Unlockable boss characters. Communication that informs the community with updates. Announcements of delays if any occur. And then for this new game, if we get it, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 3 needs to be the best it can be in as much time as they need to take to develop this game. I want them to make it into a masterpiece with a giant roster. They can market the game all the way up to the release for next year, all the way up to next year, with character showcases, story teasers. This is just my personal idea of what they can do if they come out with it. If it gets revealed and it comes out next year, they can start marketing it and start advertising it with character showcases, with the move set and abilities, story teasers, costume reveals for some of the fighters, one-on-one matchups to showcase the stage and new gameplay, even new features if they changed up the slime mechanic and the slime meter mechanics and so much more. Show off some of the ultimate moves. They don't have to show their full hand. They don't have to play all their cards. They could just show little by little to keep people excited and keep people engaged and looking forward to more. So much more to build the hype up. And if not Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 3, if it doesn't get revealed at Summer Game Fest and it doesn't happen this year, how do you guys feel about the return of Nickelodeon kart racers? is when my next game that I want to also throw in there and to be included with this. How do you guys feel about the return of Nickelodeon Kart Racers? Nickelodeon Kart Racers 4. I don't know if this is going to happen. It's been nearly 4 years since Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 Slime Speedway, as you guys can see on the screen, ever since this game dropped. Slime Speedway was a massive step up. We have voice acting, a huge roster of 42 playable characters. And those boat and bike transformations, which was amazing, because you could be able to play how you want to play. If you want to ride on a bike, you could be on a boat. You can even, I almost forgot to mention the hover cars. You could take the wheels off your car or your cart, and it'll turn into a hover car, and you can race throughout the tracks with it. They did a really great job with this game, and I was hoping this game would have gotten more. We had all those characters. We had a roster. But since then, Bamtane hasn't really brought out anything for this series for Nickelodeon Kart Racers. And just going back to that tweet that I mentioned in a different video, it was like a proper sending. It was like a send-off of ending. The way it was worded, it made it seem like it was a proper send-off from their recent tweet, which was during the anniversary of Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. Our recent titles, just thinking about what we've gotten after this game from the future, our recent titles were from completely different licenses. From DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. Let's open it up. We had DreamWorks Kart Racing. We had DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. And then, the next year, we had Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports. And then the recent year from 2025, we had the Hot Wheels Let's Race. So we had multiple games from all types of different games. And then from last year, we had Hot Wheels. So DreamWorks, Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports, Hot Wheels Let's Race. And now here we are in 2026. We don't have a peep or any sort of kind of information or any sort of kind of announcement from these guys yet. And I think we're going to probably be able to find out what we're going to get sometime this summer, even if it's not at Summer Game Fest. So maybe they moved on from the Nickelodeon Kart Racer series. Maybe they did. They did 3 different installments and probably called it quits and decided to move on and wanted to expand. Some dev teams and companies want to expand and they want to create and try something new and start developing different games to expand and tap into different audiences. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't end up doing a Nickelodeon Kart Racers, a Kart Racers 4. I'd love to see a new game if we get one without online unlockables where you got to keep on winning. Because if you're not winning in this game for Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3, you're not going to be able to unlock characters and you're not going to be able to unlock anything. It's all about winning in this game. Whether you're online or offline, you got to win. A Grand Prix or a Slime Scramble that they call it in this game, you got to win. You got to win the race. And if you lose, you're just not going to get anything. So I would love to see a brand new game, if we get one from them, without online unlockables, continuous updates where they just don't leave it for dead, and it has online crossplay. It'd be a lot more fun and keep players active. It can right the wrongs of what we had to deal with in Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 with those online unlockables, and just the fact that it didn't even really tell you how to unlock anything. So I came out with my own unlockables guide to show everyone how to unlock every single character, every kart part, and every paint that's already live from a couple years ago, and people still watch it to check it out because some people end up getting the game a lot later than usual compared to other people who probably didn't know about this game. And if you got the game late, you're not going to be able to find anybody to play online if you had better hope that you can find someone on your platform, but it's too late because it's nearly 4 years old. You're less likely going to be able to find someone online to try to rack up some wins that you want to play against. So you have to find someone for customs to be able to gift you hundreds of wins. I'm not exaggerating. You have to find someone on the same platform that you know to get the game, also to help you, and probably owns the game or probably owned the game, can probably be able to help you win and give you free wins. But that's just too much of a hassle. It's too much of a big grind. I think you needed about 128 wins in total online to really be able to unlock everything online in Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. So that's just how much of a nightmare and a big grind it is. You gotta win all 100 and all 100 plus matches to really be able to get all the characters and all the unlockables that you need that was exclusively locked online, while you had everything else offline that you could be able to purchase in the garage using your slime coins. They could have did it a lot differently, and they could have did a lot better with this. And they just, the way they handled this game, I'm not really too happy with, because they just left us with just Zuko and Eastman Lair Raphael, who didn't really need to be DLC. Zuko should have been in the base roster. We could have got some other additional characters for different packs. They could have been doing paid DLC packs for racers, new racer packs, to really be able to include from Tub Puppy, Chalk Zone, LT Grade. This game could have been still going on, because the Nicktoons universe is so huge in all these different worlds. And they can also go back and pick up a villain that was also a playable character. A villain or a character that was also part of the crew members can be turned into and developed into a playable racer. That's how you keep on building the project, and you keep expanding on what you have, instead of just leaving it all the way, leaving it in the dust, and just moving on too fast when you have the potential right there. Would you want to see a Kart Racers 4? Would you guys want to see a Nickelodeon Kart Racers 4? Or would you rather them do a Nicktoons Racing reboot and start fresh with a clean slate and really be able to have a giant roster with additional voice acting? A Nicktoons Racing game can have the online crossplay. And then if the roster is a little bit small, they can start updating it for more characters and things like that. So that's going to do it for outside of all the Nicktoons games that I'm looking forward to seeing. And I don't know, maybe they'll have another Nickelodeon game. It could be a party game. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure what else is going to be able to make the cut. But they have a lot of different ideas, and all the potential is there. That's why I think that this game still needs to get more. So I don't know what this team is going to be up to this year. Maybe it could be another different licensed title, because they already had 3 different types of games from DreamWorks, Looney Tunes, and, as I mentioned, Hot Wheels. What's going to be the next licensed title that they get this year? It could be something else. So outside of the Nicktoons games, let's get into some more announcements. I'm hoping to see actual gameplay, new trailers, and world premieres. So next on the list, let's start talking about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds and SEGA characters. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is one of my favorite racing games, and I wanted to put this in it and include it at the wish list, because I feel like we're almost guaranteed to see new Sonic Racing CrossWorlds updates and what they're going to add for new DLC playable racers. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is one of my favorite racing games. I'm excited to see who the final 3 SEGA characters will be to join the roster, because we got 3 slots left. We got 3 mystery characters. They haven't been leaked, thankfully, so I'm staying away from leaks. But we got 3 SEGA reps that's still missing. In our recent one that just recently joined was Goro Majima from Yakuza. And then by next week we're gonna get Arlie from Puyo Puyo. I haven't played her game before. Arlie is gonna be joining Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, I think May 22nd. Or is it the 23rd? Maybe I got it wrong. But I think she's coming out, and she's going to join May 22nd, which is sometime next week, as the newest SEGA character. And then we still have 3 final characters left. So I'm hoping that each of these final characters for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds for SEGA characters, there's the SEGA DLC or the SEGA updates for characters for racers are free, unlike the paid DLC, which are for third party. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. So I'm hoping that each of these new characters are from a separate series from SEGA characters or SEGA games, since we've gotten more than 1 Yakuza character, because we already had Ichiban earlier in the year. Now we got Goro Majima. So that's 2 different Yakuza reps. So I don't want these final 3 characters to repeat any SEGA series that we already have, besides an additional Sonic character, if one of them ends up being one of the hidden mystery racers. Sonic villains like Infinite, I want to see. Mephiles the Dark, Chaos, Black Doom would be awesome to see. I also don't mind another IDW comic character. I haven't read any of the comics, Some people are looking for Surge. Maybe she'll show up. Maybe some other characters that people want to see. So I wouldn't mind seeing one of them show up again, because we only got 2 of them. We got 2 that came out together. Tango and Whisper that came out together. So we only got 2 IDW characters. But they're Sonic characters, so they're so different from each other. So I wouldn't mind seeing one of those if they start to add at least one more IDW character. At a big stage like this for Summer Game Fest, I think we'll most likely see the next SEGA reps as a high chance, a high probability. And they might even give us the release windows of the third-party DLC that I want to get into real quick before the next game. They might even give us the release windows for TMNT, the TMNT DLC, third-party DLC, and the Avatar Legends Pack all within the same day, unless they decide to wait and throw in a brand new Sonic game announcement for a sequel of Frontiers, a brand new remake of a Sonic game, or maybe Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition, which was accidentally leaked, which was apparently leaked, but we don't know any details about it. Maybe Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition details might be revealed. But I'm starting to think that, knowing SEGA, is probably going to just be strictly Sonic Racing CrossWorlds updates. And then something else I want to get into real quick, they'll probably wait for the next, for their exclusive event. Sonic Central is also rumored to be taking place sometime in June, so the Sonic team could wait for that exclusive event to unveil their next plans of a new Sonic game, if any. Because maybe their current plans is developing Sonic Frontiers. Maybe the Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition is coming out sometime this year, and then we'll probably see another new Sonic game come out the next year for 2027. I could be wrong, but I think we're guaranteed to see Sonic Racing CrossWorlds at Summer Game Fest when it comes to the SEGA DLC characters. Maybe they're going to wait. Maybe they might even unveil them at the end of this month. Maybe within the same week that Arlie comes out, because she comes out the 22nd, I believe, that I mentioned. Maybe we're probably going to end up seeing the additional SEGA reps or the final 3 characters the same week of Arlie, unless they decide to wait June 5th, because that's not going to be too far off from the Summer Game Fest, from her release, unless they decide to wait. And they could end up showing us the TMNT, because we haven't seen we haven't gotten their trailers. We just know that they're going to be the next. We know that they're going to be the next third-party characters or the DLC featured in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, the Ninja Turtles, Teenage Ninja Turtles, and they're going to be spotlighting the Mutant Mayhem series, or the Mutant Mayhem of the TMNT. So those are going to be the TMNT reps. So we're obviously probably going to get all 4 turtles, but we haven't seen the track. We don't know the details of the racer types, or who's going to be a speed type, power type, acceleration, handling, things like that. We don't know who's going to be what, and we don't know the characters and how many characters are going to be joining to represent the Avatar Legends pack, which I think they'll probably more than likely go for Aang and Korra. Why not add both of the 2 avatars for the 2 different generations, which I think will be a power pick, and I think that'll create a lot of sales to advertise Aang and Korra as both the new avatar and the OG original avatar. So I think Aang and Korra might be our playable characters. I'm not sure. I wouldn't even be surprised if they add three different characters, but I think we're probably going to end up seeing those 2 characters be in for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. What do you guys want to see for characters? You can let me know for your picks for DLC in the live chat that's still going on, and then also in the comments or something like that if you want, or maybe your thoughts on the next Sonic game. I do want to see a Sonic Heroes remake. I don't know if they're going to end up going for it. Silver deserves his own game as well, Silver the Hedgehog. I would love to see a Silver spotlight for his own game so we can find out more about his story. I still don't understand how Silver got his powers. Maybe they could come out with a game to explain that. So now for my next game, almost clicked on the wrong thing. My next game that I want to get into my wish list, we have to talk about the game that has me checking Twitter almost every single morning, Kingdom Hearts 4. And this is something that I've been waiting for, and I've been recently replaying Kingdom Hearts 3 just for the memories, even though it's nowhere near better than Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, those are my favorites. I also enjoy Birth by Sleep, which was another one. Dream Drop Distance. I played Chain of Memories on the GBA. It was a lot of fun. It's just so many different games. But Kingdom Hearts 4 is definitely something I'm looking forward to seeing. I've been waiting for news on this game for literally years. We haven't had a real trailer since the first reveal years ago. We need to see more than just Sora laying around in a realistic apartment, which was showcased from that one trailer that we got. We need to see what Disney Worlds are making the cut. Is Moana going to be in it? The Incredibles, Star Wars. That'll be cool to see. Maybe he'll have like a lightsaber keyblade. I don't know if that'll make any sense, but I think it'll be really cool to see. He's been in worlds like Tron, these digital worlds like Tron, so maybe he can have something unique for his weapon. He's been to the Pride Lands from Lion King, from Kingdom Hearts 2. That's one of my favorites. I'm ready for anything at this point when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. As long as we get a release date, I'm looking for this game to get some kind of spotlight. And just look on the right side real quick. We had Toy Story, we had Pirates of the Caribbean, but you already had that in the original. We originally had that from Kingdom Hearts 2, but they have you be able to. They'll let you be able to control a ship for Captain Jack Sparrow. It's just so well done. They got Frozen. And then Toy Story, just like I mentioned on the right side, it's so many worlds that they can do for this game, and I'm really hoping that they go for it and just bring it out. We gotta get some kind of update for this game, and I'm really hoping that they consider bringing out some kind of update that's gonna go beyond gameplay screenshots, because that's all they recently did. I'm ready for anything as long as we get a release date with more details if they can share with us. I would love to see King, Mickey, Riku if he's around, Kairi, and all of Sora's friends, and maybe some of the villains for the game that's gonna be trying to slow down Sora and Donald and Goofy. Organization 13 with Xemnas, Sayax, and all those other organization members. I don't know if they're gonna return. Maleficent and Pete, that's always working together. Roxas and Naminé, so much more. The return of other different stages and different worlds. The return of Hollow Bastion. How's that place gonna look like? What is the new Twilight Town and Traverse Town that originally started from Traverse Town is from Kingdom Hearts 1. Twilight Town is from Kingdom Hearts 2. What are those new towns gonna look like? Hayner in the game. Hayner, Pence, and Olette from Roxas's friends. A gummy ship for the brand new and approved gummy ship that you use to travel through these worlds. I want something more than screenshot teasers, because that's all we recently got, and I don't know how long that was. I think that was sometime early last year. It's one of the best games of all time. Kingdom Hearts is one of my all-time favorite games. And if you love RPGs, Disney, or Final Fantasy, this series is definitely for you. And I definitely recommend checking it out, even if you decide to play the games late. And I'll just say this and go ahead and take the shot. I don't think Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out this year. I think it's probably going to end up coming out later in 2027 as a guess. If it does get shown, I'm definitely going to be excited and reacting. But I think that Kingdom Hearts 4 is definitely going to be something that comes out later in 2027 if we do get one. If we do get some kind of announcement. So now for my next game, this game is different from what everybody likes to see. I've been recently posting a lot of Bluey stuff, and I'm excited to see her next game, Happy Snaps. And I'm also going to be playing Bluey Quest for Gold Pin May 28th alongside of Nickelodeon Stream Tennis. I'm definitely excited to play and check this out. Bluey Happy Snaps gameplay is something that's also going to be included in my wish list. I want to see more gameplay. We haven't seen any gameplay at all yet. So far, we only got the trailer, and this was revealed. Bluey's Happy Snaps was revealed during the Xbox Indie Showcase. So this is next on my wish list. That's something I'm excited about, and I want to see more of. As I'm not sure if it's gonna be showcased at. I'm not sure if it's gonna be showcased at the Summer Game Fest, but maybe it might show up at. It might show up during a indie show, a future game show, or maybe a Game Loft might end up posting something on Bluey Happy Snaps. Maybe we'll get some kind of Twitter update or on gameplay. I'm definitely keeping an eye out for those, and maybe it can be some cool little reactions for some of the new fans out there, for all the Bluey fans here on the channel that want to see this game and check it out, and I'll be showcasing those and more. So it seems like, just from watching, outside of just the Bluey content with different mini games and wholesome reactions I've been posting here on the channel, the upcoming Bluey Happy Snaps launching this fall is a new game I want to bring to the channel for fans and families all over to enjoy. It reminds me of a different take of Pokemon Snap, featuring iconic locations from the show that I want to explore. So I'm hoping to see some new gameplay of Bluey Happy Snaps, a first look at gameplay, and maybe some of the characters that we can play. The playable characters we'll be able to use in game to explore. I'm really hyped to explore and showcase my ideas for the game on and off stream that I will be playing on, and coming out with different ideas that I want to mention and be able to react to and see what else the game has to offer from animations and more that I want to post. So that's also going to be something I'm going to be looking forward to seeing. Even if it's not at Summer Game Fest, I think we'll probably end up getting a new gameplay trailer to really see what it's like. Now, a different game that I want to just mention real quick, just going back to the Nicktoons series. A sudden surprise that I saw was Garfield he's getting a brand new game. This is a sudden surprise that I ended up finding out from the Discord, and whoever's listening to this right now is probably already knows who they are. The new 3D Garfield platformer game that got announced for September 2026. And I'm not sure if you guys heard, it's by Microids and also a studio called the Garfield Escape from Monday. So I'm going to be looking forward to that when it comes out. Okay, sorry about that. I had to mute real quick, but I'm gonna just keep the video rolling. Hopefully my mic didn't cut out. So what I want to mention, just I wanted to bring this up because this was where Garfield got included into these kind of games. But when he first made his return for these crossovers for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. So I wanted to quickly just talk about the new 3D Garfield platformer, just in case people haven't heard. So I'm not going to show anything or anything like that, but it's by Microids and also in studio. It's called Garfield Escape from Monday. So this is a new platformer. So Garfield is definitely getting something that, a brand new game that's not just a racing game that we already had already with Garfield Kart 2. And being honest, I'm glad I didn't get the newest Garfield Kart 2 when I originally thought I would. I thought I was gonna get it from its announcement trailer. But it seems like players, even those I know who own it, they don't play it as much because they're distracted by a lot of other games that they were anticipating, or those even in the Discord server who aren't even playing the game anymore. I've been seeing issues about server issues going on with no fixes, no updates. And I was thinking there would be maybe a few new characters like Harry, who was cut from the first game, for example. But I'm glad I skipped it in the end for Garfield Cartoon, and I wouldn't even be playing it as much today even if I bought the game. So I'm kind of glad I missed out on the game and decided to pass on it and play other stuff. So that's why I'm now selective on games, especially when my racing game is Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. I'm definitely going to be playing this new Garfield platformer game because I love platformers, and it's something new and different outside of just another Garfield racing game. No offense to Garfield Cartoon, but I think that game could have been a lot better with improvements to make me want to purchase the game. And I've seen some people saying in the server for Garfield Cartoon, it just sucks that the developers are not really pushing for additional content for the game. They're just letting it sit, and they're coming out with other titles that they already revealed. I seen the trailer from a different game. They're working on other stuff. They're shifting their focus towards other games that they're coming out with that they want to bring out. They're not going to be willing to update the game or patch it and make sure those servers are running well. I don't have the game, but I'm just going based off what I was seeing. Some people were saying in the Discord server for the Garfield Kart 2, and some of y'all that's in here got the game. I don't see y'all talking about the game and being excited about it. You guys are playing other games and talking about other newly released games that you guys are anticipated for. So it goes to show you that the interest isn't even there anymore when it comes to Garfield Kart 2. But this new 3D Garfield platformer game, Garfield Escape from Monday, is coming out around September of 2026 for this year, and I'm definitely going to be playing that for sure. And he goes through these different worlds. From what it said, it says it's different worlds to play, and I think it's going to be some additional things that you can do. So maybe even some additional boss fights. And it seems like just from looking at the cover, it has some kind of antagonist, a main antagonist that's going to be pulling the strings. Garfield is literally trapped in a nightmare, so I'm definitely going to be playing that. So now I want to move on. I just wanted to throw that out there and just mention it. It's not in my wish list, but I'm not sure if it's going to show up. But I think Micros is going to eventually come out with it. Maybe the trailer might even show up by next week. Because usually a few days after, the trailer will come out, because it was the same kind of scenario with Garfield Kart 2. The same thing happened with that game. So the next game that's going to be on my wish list, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Marvel Cosmic Invasion DLC characters. Where are the new heroes? So I wanted to switch gears. Let's switch gears to the Marvel Universe. Anybody play this game still? It's so much fun, and there's still people playing online. I might even play some tonight just to try to have some fun. And I still got characters to max out. I could try to get some of those additional trophies. Because I completed all the challenges for the campaign, for the story mode, so I don't have nothing to do in the story or anything else. I got all the costumes unlocked also from the codex. So I love this game, but I'm starting to get a little bit worried with the lack of energy coming from the devs, because if you guys look at a game, I'm glad I still kept it downloaded. If you look at a game like TMNT Shredder's Revenge, that game, this particular game got so much love from the developers. Multiple DLC packs, new characters like Usagi, Karai, online modes with a run where you had to complete those runs, those gauntlet modes and things like that, with constant updates, new skins that you can unlock from leveling up your characters from the pits. We also even got new characters like Mondo Gecko and Mona Lisa. But since Cosmic Invasion launched, let's bring it back up. Ever since this game launched in November of 2025, it feels like the momentum just stalled. They just stopped. And I think this is the showcase for Summer Game Fest, where we can finally see if we're going to get any new heroes outside of the free costumes from the collabs that we got from Marvel Rivals, which was awesome. The skins are cool, but it'd be amazing to see a story expansion with Ultron getting involved as a new boss fight, additional characters as paid DLC. The Marvel, look at the screen. You can't see all of them on the left, so I'll just call out the characters at the bottom, just at the very bottom, just under Annihilus on the bottom left, not the bottom left corner, because that's Rocket Raccoon and She-Hulk. You got Black Panther, Wolverine, and then on the far left corner this time, She-Hulk and Rocket Raccoon. You got Phoenix, Iron Man, Silver Surfer, who you can unlock. And then on the right side, you got Spider-Man, you got Storm, Nova, Captain America, Venom, Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider. He looks amazing. And he was brand new to me because I didn't know who Cosmic Ghost Rider was. I knew who the original Ghost Rider was, but that was my first time seeing Cosmic Ghost Rider. Beta Ray Bill, that's just right above Cosmic Ghost Rider, and a little bit above Venom on the right side. That's Beta Ray Bill, and I already mentioned Storm. Those are the characters that you can play as. Those are all the unlockable characters and the playable characters. But just thinking about it, with some kind of expansion, the Marvel Universe is so huge. We've had this game for over 6 months now. And while the base roster is great, we aren't seeing the same treatment as the Ninja Turtles got for TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Summer Game Fest is the perfect time to fix this. They can even announce a Wave 2 reveal for June 5th, And they can do so much more with the characters because TMNT, just again, Shredder's Revenge had a lot of different characters. They had a lot of different updates where people could keep on trying to play. They could keep playing and keep updating the characters, and it kept the fans engaged. And even for people who didn't get the game in time or just get the game at launch, seeing the trailer created the sales because they were adding more characters. So I think that could be something that they can do, even if it's not like a wave 2 or a full on season pass. Let's start seeing some of the characters that we want to be able to see add into the game for playable updates for DLC. Even if the characters are free, that's fine too. But the developers should be able to benefit. Let's get some paid DLC for Marvel Cosmic Invasion. TMNT got all that support. How come Marvel Cosmic Invasion can't get that support? Because we got to get some other additional characters to really be able to start having people get excited about these new heroes. The Marvel heroes is huge. So just the universe itself, new villains could be playable. And Green Goblin can get involved. They can do some Spider-Man expansions. Miles Morales can become a playable character. They got so many other characters in this world of Marvel, they can be able to include them. So for my next game that I want to include from my wish list, I did want to include one of my favorite PS5 games. It's Astro Bot. And I'm hoping that we can get something, a new space adventure. I don't know what they got cooking up. The developers of Team Asobi did an amazing job with this game. A former Game of the Year winner that deserved it. And I'm really happy it won. But I don't really care about the Game Awards like that. But a game like this definitely needs to get showcased and played by everybody out there. That if you grew up with a certain PlayStation game, you're gonna find something that you like. You're gonna see a character that has a cameo in Astro Bot, no matter what game you started playing and no matter what era of the PlayStation generation that you decided to pick up the controller to play a PlayStation game. You're gonna see something that you want to see in this game that's gonna trigger a memory. So Team Asobi could be cooking up a sequel for Astro Bot 2. New PlayStation worlds that I want to see. So many characters that they can include. They didn't even add Sora from Kingdom Hearts as a playable bot. And some of these other worlds that can get included. Sly is in the game. Of course, I'm going to be talking a little bit about some other characters, including Sly Cooper. But characters like Spyro could have had like a playable world. A Kingdom Hearts world, a Final Fantasy world, and things like that. They eventually added Cloud and Sephiroth as DLC, but those are some of the best additions to this game for VIP bots. I'm not too big on the speed challenges that they've been bringing out for the DLC from the past, from last year, but I enjoy every last one of them because they've contained amazing surprise character cameos from different PlayStation games from the past to the present. And I still can't, I'll just throw this out there real quick before we move on to our last segment. I still cannot get enough of that Christmas world. That Christmas DLC has so many amazing surprises that really took me way back to the old school era from the PS1 classics, PS2, and so much more, with all those characters being included. The Christmas DLC for Astro Bot was one of the best, if not the best update that they've done. Nothing against the speed challenges or anything like that, but this was the best DLC because of all the surprises that I didn't even expect. It'll take you so far back, and you're gonna recognize one of those characters, one or more of the characters, because you've seen them before, even if you haven't played them. They're so iconic, and it's just a big deal when it comes to Astro Bot. So I'm hoping Team Asobi show up, maybe with a potential announcement of a sequel, maybe some additional speed run challenges. I wouldn't mind, but let's get some DLC. Is there more plans for Astro Bot DLC, or are they gonna pivot and go somewhere else? Are they gonna go to a different direction and try something different when it comes to Are they gonna try something different when it comes to a different title, or do they have more plans for Astro Bot with a brand new space adventure? What are they gonna do? What are their plans? And I'll just say this: Team Asobi has been coming out with random tweets showcasing some of the characters that are in the cameo that are located in the hub, or basically the crash site. they've been showcasing some of the characters in tweets. So I wonder if they're teasing us. And something that I want to bring up also real quick before we wrap up, I noticed that we had some kind of a teaser. It seemed like it was going to be some kind of Halloween DLC, because they had Last of Us and other characters scrolling across the screen as if it was going to be a Halloween DLC. And that's why I was also ready to play it for my Halloween special, because I thought it was going to be some Halloween, a big giant Halloween update with horror characters, maybe even a playable world with Last of Us. Because The Last of Us, as iconic of a game that is on PlayStation, The Last of Us did not have a special world that you could play compared to God of War, Uncharted, the Horizon Zero Dawn series, or the Horizon series. It didn't have a special world like that, and then Ape Escape. So maybe they can go and throw it back. Let's play as Jack and Daxter. They can do a Jack and Daxter world and be able to use Eco, Astro Jack. That'll be really cool to see. I just threw that name out there, but that's going to be really cool to see. A lot of fans out there, since they're not doing nothing with Jack and Daxter, how about a Jack and Daxter special world where you could play as Astro Jack and control the power of Eco? That would be my idea. Where you can control the blue Eco that allows you to run fast, the red Eco that makes your attack stronger, the yellow Eco that allows you to shoot fireballs. They can bring all that back from the Precursor Legacy, which was the very first Jack and Daxter game originated on PS2. That's gonna sell. Even if it's a paid DLC, they're gonna make tons of money because they brought back Jack and Daxter, who's been a lost cause for years on end, and he's been forgotten. So that's some kind of idea. Will there be more? We're just gonna have to wait and see. So now it's time for my final segment. I want to just start getting into some games I want to call this the one more thing hopium, or whatever everyone wants to talk about. The one more thing hopes, or what I'm hoping to see for other additional surprises outside of Kingdom Hearts 4 and all the other games I mentioned. Devil May Cry 6, Uncharted 5, TMNT The Last Ronin. Where's that game? This is the last chance. I think this is the last showcase where they can probably end up showing it off on a big giant stage like this. The stage is bigger than the THQ showcase, unless they decide to wait. But we literally only got one trailer for TMNT The Last Ronin. Maybe that could show up. Sly Cooper 5. I don't know if we're gonna get one, but Ghost of Tsushima, or Ghost of Yotei, I was gonna say Ghost of Tsushima 2. Ghost of Yotei is already come and gone. What's gonna be next when it comes to Sucker Punch Productions? What are they gonna work on? Those are the devs behind Infamous and Sly Cooper. Are they gonna do another Sly game? I wanted to throw in Sly 5 as a one more thing announcement. Beyond Good and Evil 2, we haven't heard from that game in I don't know how long. It's been like 4 or 5 years. And then another game that I want to bring up, Crash Team Racing 2. This is what I'm hoping to see. Crash Team Racing 2 could show up at Summer Game Fest, which was accidentally leaked. We don't even know if this game is happening or was it just there just because. But we have more hype with this game, and to believe that this game is something going to be new because of Crash's new model that was leaked. And they took it down and they decided to change it and switch it out. So Crash Team Racing, Devil May Cry 6, Uncharted 5, I would love to see those games show up as a one more thing surprise announcement. Maybe even a return of some other classics that's going to be remastered from the ground up. Jack and Daxter, I'm throwing them in there. Jack and Daxter can return. But Naughty Dog got other plans because we haven't seen that other game that they got cooking up. I forgot the name of the game for Naughty Dog. But all they just been doing is coming out with Last of Us. So I'm hoping to see all types of different things get revealed. Those are some of my one more thing hopes and dreams of games that I want to see get revealed. We got to start getting out some of these games and bringing them back. Spyro could be one of them. We don't know. We don't know if that game is going to really be happening or not. We don't know what's going on with some of these iconic characters. When Crash Bandicoot is looming and lurking around, That's when you know Spyro got to be having something, because it's gonna be when Crash is around. Spyro's got to be lurking in the shadows somewhere, because Spyro and Crash had quite a few. They had a few crossovers. Spyro's a playable character in this game right now. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel, and it's still a lot of several dedicated players still playing this game years later online. So when Crash is around and when Crash is returning, you know Spyro got to be returning sometime soon. He got to be somewhere down the road, or what I want to say, Spyro is definitely got to be. He's not going to be too far off or not too far away when they come out with a new Crash Bandicoot game. We already had Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. With Crash Team Racing seems like the next game that we'll probably end up seeing. So we might even get the best of both worlds. But Summer Game Fest is such a big deal, and I'm hoping to see some of these games. And then I want to also throw in a potential Resident Evil Code Veronica remake or Resident Evil 5 remake, which might be next to be remade in the series. That could be there. Capcom might have some things cooking up there. They might even show some more Mega Man. GTA 6, the new trailer for that. But Rockstar doesn't attend none of these events. They don't. Rockstar never shows up at none of these events. They do their own thing, and Rockstar is low-key like that. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to seeing the next trailer for GTA 6, because that game is scheduled for this year as well. So I think that's going to be a great idea for them to bring out their own trailer. It might even drop, because you just never know when they can drop it, because they just bring things out of nowhere when you least expect it, because Rockstar is just low-key and they do their own thing. You just never know when they're going to drop something and when they're going to announce something. So those are all the games that I'm looking forward to. I could go on and on. I'm not going to shy away from indie games that I might end up wanting to check out. I do want to see some other returning PS1 classes like Ape Escape, but we haven't seen none of those games in a while, and the only time that they have really been able to be considered and remembered was Astrobot, Croc, Crash Bandicoot, Rayman. I want to see another Rayman if they do one, but Ubisoft just keeps on coming out with Assassin's Creed, so I don't know what they're going to end up doing. But this showcase, I think, is going to be awesome. I think, just to wrap up, this is going to be a show for everyone, and there's going to be something that you like. Even if it's a certain game that don't show up, it's going to be something that you're guaranteed that you're going to be a fan of, that you want to check out, or something that you want to play. It's something for everyone, and that's what I love about the Summer Game Fest. What do you guys want to see? You can drop your list in the comments. Your wish list, even if it's just one game, that's completely fine. I definitely have fun putting this together, and I wanted to have this on display. And I want to slide this in here. I don't know what's going to happen with that Venom game. I think it's probably got canceled. I don't know. Apparently that was something that was going to be supposedly happening. We'll probably even get a glimpse to see more Marvel's Wolverine for additional gameplay. So I didn't want to leave that out. So I'm excited to see what they do. And then the Halloween game, I almost forgot about that. The new Halloween game that's coming out later this year with Michael Myers. I'm definitely playing that. It's one of my favorite horror movies. So we're going to probably see all types of stuff get showcased, and I'm really excited to see what they bring out. So it's 2 long hours, over 2 hours of gameplay, so over 2 hours of reveals, so anything could be there. So I'm definitely excited to see what they bring out.